Who wants to intro?
Do you have your badge from the anime convention?
Mine's in my car.
No, I don't. Do you have yours, Alec? We're keeping this.
Alec can intro because he has the badge. That's
Max,
how we were determining it.
Max, you can start us off and I'll show it.
Okay. All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the MAE Podcast. I'm Max, and we actually have both Evan and Alec here today. So we got the full group together. And today, Alec, you want to show what we're talking about today?
I'm talking about the Animazement convention in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah. So it wasn't this past weekend. It was 2 weekends ago now, or 3.
Yeah, it was the end of May, so it was like 27th through the 29th of May, 2022.
Yeah, so it was actually like 3 weekends ago. So it's a little bit past it, but this was our first convention, everybody together. So I've talked a little bit about my time at some conventions, and I've gone to a few of them. Of course, I talked about my experiences and everything. And in that time, I've been trying to convince Alec and Evan to try to go to one as well. And we've been trying to see what one works out because we're all in different locations. And so we actually ended up finding one in a good middle ground for all of us. Animazement, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. And as Evan said, it was like May 27th through the 29th, or May 26th through the 29th?
May 27th through the 29th.
Yeah.
It's 5 hours from my house, though, which was a long drive.
It was about a 3-hour drive from here.
It was.
Max had the furthest commute.
Yeah, I flew, so I avoided a lot of the driving.
And Austin had to leave the day after because his dad was going to call the cops on him, stealing his.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alec, you want to talk about that? So we were supposed to have a fourth guest.
Yeah,
No,
we were supposed to have 4, but then
We can talk about that a little bit. I want to share my story of what happened today at the gas station.
Oh, go for it. Yes, we have another story before we get going with Animazement.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Hot and Cold by Katy Perry in my local
Great song.
by my local high school. I went
Great combo.
I went to the gas station to get because I'm coaching.
Oh yeah,
So
sorry. Yeah, you're coaching. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We should preface, he's coaching cross country. That's why.
I went to the gas station and I got like $68 of gas, which is fucking ridiculous. And then I was just blaring Hot and Cold, just blaring it outside. I had all my windows down, and some guy looked at me. He had a rebel flag in his truck. Not trying to take politics in this or anything, but he had a rebel flag in his truck. And he looked at me. I looked at him. We were both like standing outside. He was pumping his gas. He's like, "Why the fuck is this so expensive?" I'm like, "Well, you drive a really big truck, man." And so he looked at me and I looked at him, and we made like dead eye contact. And he walked over to me. He's like, "What's up with you?" I said, "Not too much. What's up with you, man?" He's like, "Nothing. This gas is fucking expensive." He's like, "I could hear what you're playing in your car." I said, "All right, it's cool. Like, it's a good song." He's like, "I don't want to hear that, right?" I was like, "Nah, man, it's a good song." And I was like, "Dude, you're hot and you're cold at the same time." And he looked at me, and this is like one of the scariest things that's probably happened in a while. And he pulled back and he punched me right in the left cheek.
What?
I'm gonna be bruising tomorrow.
So you basically just got assaulted at your gas station.
Yeah, and then he's like, "You like that?" I was like looking around. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, this is tough.
Yeah, but that's a bit of a shock to the senses. You're like, well, okay.
And then I remember my dad saying, if someone ever threw a punch at me, I could throw them back even if they didn't hit. So I pulled back my left arm as hard as I could. I just ripped it, hit him right in the nostril.
Oh God.
I heard it snap, and then I looked at him, and he's like on the ground, like stumbling. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he's like reaching for shit in his like backpack. And then I just drove away. I just went home. I was like, "Fuck this noise."
Yeah, I would just go at that point. You're like, I don't know what that guy was about to do, but yeah, just go.
I'm a head out.
Yeah, just like you dropped him and then left.
You want me to call the cops, or are we good? Like, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, just like, yeah, we're just gonna leave this at this then, if you want.
Yeah, he sat down. He's like, "All right, guess I'm going to the hospital." All right, bet. Like,
Yeah, you started it, dude. I'm not paying for this.
it's not my fault.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Wow.
How would you rate that?
It was completely. I did not expect that to happen. I thought it was gonna be a lighthearted story. I thought it was just gonna be like jokey, like he joined in singing or something, and then he just swung.
Wait, guess what else? I have another story.
Okay.
I went to Top Gun yesterday. Cool.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
You probably got 10 out of 10. It was actually a little better than the first one. I went with this girl, Kyra, who works at Starbucks with me. We're kind of exclusive, if you know what I mean.
No.
I'm not picking up what you're putting down
No.
at all in the slightest.
We're dating, so. But yeah, she's cool.
Ah!
Thanks for spelling it out.
And then that was who I told the dragon fruit joke to. I was like looking at her, and we're like in the aisle seats, and I was like, "Guess what?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, "You know what we're watching?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool. You're watching Top Gun." You'll appreciate this, Max. And then we left. It was like it was an awkward silence, but we were leaving. I like looked at her, and she looked back to me, and like we're like outside in her car. I was like, shit, I could have gotten Top Gun.
After that, did you just say, Alec, I love you?
No, we did.
Alec, your jokes never cease to amaze me.
I want to go out with you, Alec, after that joke.
We just sat in her car and made out, and then I had to take her home because it was like midnight.
Most beautiful love story I've ever heard.
I could have gotten Top at the Top Gun. Makes out and drives her home.
And so you're fucking half an hour back home. So fuck you, I'm out. I gotta go. I can't stay there.
Alec, did you like or dislike the fact that this movie had less gay overtones as the first movie?
I was a little upset they didn't say in seconds we're gonna become meat waffles. I was a little pissed about that.
No, they didn't reference the Keanu Reeves movie. I'm disappointed in that too. I didn't even think of that. I'm also disappointed in that there's not more references to. Oh God, what is that movie?
Have you guys both seen that?
Yeah, well, we watched
the new Top Gun. The new Top Gun.
Yeah, no, we're talking about.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Alec, what is that movie called?
I've only seen The Matrix with Keanu Reeves.
Alec, what is it called?
I don't know. Have you seen Have you seen the Mike Wahlberg movie? Or it's not out yet.
Mark
Mike
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, you mean?
Mark Wahlberg,
Who's Mike Wahlberg?
where he's a nun, and then he like fucks people in prison. It should be sick. I'm gonna watch it when it comes out.
Wait, what? You're
So,
not just gonna open up with Mike Wahlberg and then
Wahlberg.
continue on to that. Wait a second.
It's Kyra. She's hitting me up. Hitting my line. I don't think.
Tell her we're talking about anime conventions on our podcast.
No, we haven't. We
Father Stew. He's talking about Father Stew.
Oh, that's not a nun.
Yeah, not a nun. He's a father, a religious father.
Why was this your?
I don't know. It's like a praying thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I was just like.
I got in trouble at work today.
Mhm.
I was hitting this in the kiosk while at Starbucks. Like I'd get down, or I'd like hide behind Kyra and like squat down, and I'd hit it. And this girl, Jillian, she's like, "You can't be vaping in here." I said, "All right, that's fair. Like I won't do it again." And then I went in the back, like lobby, not the lobby, the back of the kiosk, in like the room where you can like take breaks or whatever.
Mhm.
And I hit it like once, and then I like sucked it down. And this other girl, Vivian, was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that." I was like, "Well, you know, you're like high schooler, so please don't tell me what to do." And then I was walking to the bathroom, and this lady's like, I hit it, and this lady's like, "Yeah, you should not be vaping. I'm gonna call like customer support." I said, "All right, like do whatever you need to."
Okay.
Right now, she never called customer support, and I haven't vaped at Starbucks since.
Huh. Interesting. What an interesting life you live, Alec. All the stories.
Very intriguing.
So that's going to be our new segment where Alec tells us the weird things that happen in his life for the first like 10 minutes.
Also, for those who don't know about Father Stew, the new movie featuring Mike Wahlberg, it is the life of Father Stuart Long, a boxer turned priest who inspired countless people during his journey from self-destruction to redemption. Hashtag Father Stew.
He made a different movie about boxing. It tanked. It was so bad.
I don't know that movie. Do you remember Real Steel? That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. That was a really good movie. Isn't there supposed to be Real Steel 2 coming out?
They're talking about a Real Steel 2. They were talking about it. I don't know if there's any development information.
Talks are finally happening as of last year.
What was that, Alec?
Guess what my dad said today?
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought at first you said your dog, and I'm like, you okay?
Mark.
Woof.
He's sitting outside on the patio.
Yeah.
And he was like, he drove up, and I didn't see him coming. And he got out of his car. He's like, "What does that smell?" I'm like, "I don't know," because he was looking right at me, and I was smoking like a cigarette. He's like, "Oh, like what is that?" I was like, "It's a cigarette." I was like, "You want a drag?" He's like, "No, not so much." He's like, "I've never smoked." I said, "All right, that's fair." And then he's like, "Put that shit out and, go inside." I said, "Okay." And so I went inside, and then he came down to my room like 20 minutes later. He's like, "It reeks in here." I said, "Yeah, it does." And I was like, "I've only smoked outside though." And he's like, he looked at me like dead in the eye, like I'm looking at Evan. He's not looking at me, but he looked at me dead in the eye. He's like, "All right, Joe Camel, this is what we're gonna do." I said, "All right, what do you got?" He said, "I'm gonna take a whole carton of cigarettes, and you're gonna smoke half of them."
I've heard that. I've heard that as a way to get people to stop smoking. Yeah.
He's like, "You're gonna smoke half of a carton, which is 5 packs, which is like 50 or 58 cigarettes."
Jesus.
And Jessa, I guess, will smoke the rest of them since she smokes. So, yeah, I guess that's my punishment for being a bad kid.
Yeah, I've heard people do that before.
You should eat them instead of smoking them.
Hey, Dad.
Right in front of him.
Just eat.
Look at him dead in the eyes and then just. That'll teach him. That'll show him.
I think it's because you watched the King of the Hill episode where Hank does the same thing to his dad.
He's like, "Who's? I'm gonna get in touch with my kid. How do I have him punish my kid? Oh, King of the Hill. That's perfect."
I was like, no, I could kill a pack like tomorrow, but they're leaving the 16th, so I'm probably gonna smoke that day.
Okay.
So we can get on to the.
Thus concludes Alec's segment of what's going on in Alec's life.
Thank you, Alec, for the many stories of your life.
So anyway, back to what we're actually talking about today.
Back to the regular scheduled program.
But yeah, so we're kind of talking about our time at Animazement. So I have some pictures from it, which I'm going to share from my Google Photos. So we're going to just ignore all this. I went to another convention the week after, and I have plenty of pictures from that, but we will talk about that later. So, no, that's not it. All right, so to start with this one. So Animazement, big anime convention in Raleigh, North Carolina. Not anything too massive. Like we're talking, how many people do you think were there, Evan? What, 14, 15,000, wasn't it?
If I had to throw out an absolute guess, I would probably say somewhere from like 10 to 12,000.
Yeah.
They probably have the statistics online.
Well, that's why I say 14, because I think the estimates on there were 14 or something. But yeah, so this is like a little bit bigger one. It's not like a super tiny one or anything, or like in a small town. This is in a big convention center, and they do fill it up pretty well. This isn't like, if you go to Comic-Con or Dragon Con in Atlanta, or even the Colossal Con, which is what I went to, but it's still pretty sizable.
There was 10,812 people there this year.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I was thinking ballpark maybe 1,000, to be honest.
just a little off.
Just yeah, it's like there was at least like
by magnitude.
Slightly off. But yeah, so me, Evan and Alec went to that together, and we were trying to do a whole group costume. It ended up us just me and Evan doing it, but here I have some pictures of it. So here was us as Anakin and Obi-Wan specifically from Revenge of the Sith episode.
What episode is it?
6.
Yeah,
it's actually episode 3. Actually, no, it's episode 3.
Yeah, it's episode 3.
I'm done.
Who are you, Max?
I am Anakin, which is probably really easy to tell, even though we have the mask covering, so I guess you can't tell who has the beard. But yeah, I'm Anakin on the right, and then we got Obi-Wan, Evan on the left. But yeah, we look pretty good. So that was us with that, and this is us in the fully robed. So we had like full-on robes that we'd gotten with dumb toy swords. As you can see, my lightsaber was tiny.
They are not dumb toy swords. They are lightsabers.
Sorry, lightsabers that yours barely turned on because it's something from eBay.
Yeah, okay. Because it had to have it had to be right. You wouldn't get it, Anakin. You okay, buddy? You're excused.
I took over 100 pictures of Evan and Max. It was a lot of fun.
Because you weren't dressed in costume. If you had a costume on, then you wouldn't have had to take so many photos.
Yeah, then we would have made your friend be your camera guy.
I just took
No, but
pictures.
he had to go home.
Megumin.
Yeah, well, we'll get your pictures, Alec. But yeah, so for the first part of it, so like as you can see, this is kind of what the convention all looked like. So you entered in from the main convention area, and it was basically on a main floor, but it had a bottom floor which had the art and like dealer rooms of stuff, a bunch of merchandise, and then the upper floors that had some like different events and stuff. So Evan and Alec and I will talk about like all the events and stuff we went to. But yeah.
Look at the same picture again.
Yeah, well, that was just my reference, but some pictures I took. These guys had sweet anime cars outside, which is cool. You just see anime tits, I was imagining, Alec, imagine you showed up to that with that, that guy punched you in the face and then you dropped. Imagine you showed up in this car.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
When I get paid from Starbucks, I want to get, first of all, I want to get a Megumin tattoo on my left eye for $200. And I want to get a little more scandalous tattoo of Ryuko Matoi.
Yeah, Ryuko Matoi. Yeah.
It's gonna be her back and her underwear and her hair, like on my right thigh. It's gonna
The hottest things of women.
Yeah.
And the shoulders. The shoulders are the hottest.
shoulders.
That's why they had to cover them in school.
Yeah.
She got like the butt dimples.
Did you know that if you can see your those dimples above your buttocks region, your ass, if you will, that actually means that you're a good weight for your body.
I'm gonna need you to look at my butt later.
Yeah, no, for sure. I got you.
Medical reasons.
Medical reasons, of course, to make sure you're the proper weight.
Is that for guys as well, or?
Yes, it is.
All right, Max. I'm seeing the next.
All right, yeah.
Bring it up, Max.
I'll send a picture to you. And there's Spike. I think that's Spike Spiegel.
That is. I would believe.
Girls dressed as anime characters.
Wow.
Which that you never.
Good job,
you never
Max.
see that at a convention.
Anime characters. There they are.
Yeah,
I
wow.
should get an anime car.
You should get an anime car. Like, it's very fitting of you. So this is one of the cosplays I took a picture of because it was amazing. This is, as many people could guess, is what is his rank? Is it Lieutenant Armstrong?
I want to say yes, but also I completely forget.
Why do I have a 40-minute time limit? All right, well, we may have to do a second round of this meeting because it says it'll end in 10 minutes.
Oh,
What?
That's weird.
I don't know. So people don't know. I used my school version of it originally, but the problem is that I don't have my school version anymore. I don't have access to it. So
Yeah.
Let's just do another one after this?
Major. He was a major, not a lieutenant.
Major. Yeah, I'm just gonna do another meeting after this because we'll just do 40 minutes.
I was gonna say I have my school Zoom that I could use.
Yeah, you could host it as well. Okay, maybe do that. But anyway, regardless, we're gonna keep going. We got Major Lieutenant Armstrong. Major Armstrong, looking big. The guy's got the build for it, as well as the single little hair, as well as a beautiful mustache. Just looking amazing for it. You can see, just got the little hair.
Wow.
Dude looks great and freaking yoked. So there's another picture. There's that. I'm just scrolling through the pictures. Got those of us in costume. There's Alec posted up with toga from My Hero, looking like the most awkward prom date picture I've ever seen.
That is the classic. Just
I only know it because I have those pictures as well.
Yeah, we all do. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, Alec, of course, wearing a toga shirt, so I did take a picture with toga. So
It's okay.
yeah. This is Evan and I. I can't remember which panel we were in. Just one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember which panel. I think that was the one with the what's his name? The voice of Eisen.
Oh,
Kyle, a bear.
A bear. Yeah, I kept saying
Yeah.
Kyle a bear. Yeah.
I believe that was that one.
Yeah, that was great. And then, oh yeah, by the way, somebody got him to say, because he voices Kakyoin in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Somebody got him to say, "My name is Noriaki Kakyoin. I think MILF Hunter or something."
No, mommy Hunter. Because
Mommy Hunter.
He didn't think he'd say MILF.
Yeah. So, but he did say Mommy Hunter. So we can appreciate that. Yeah. This was another panel I went to with another voice actor. I think this guy did Shinji from Evangelion.
He did do Shinji. He was Shinji in literally every single Evangelion. I don't know how you pronounce it.
But yeah, we listened to this guy talk. He did more of like an inspirational kind of
inspirational manifest destiny kind of thing.
Not quite that the manifest.
Well,
destiny
he did talk about manifest destiny. He had us close our eyes and picture what we wanted, and then tell us, "You can have that."
That is okay. So I guess that is technically manifest destiny, not in the typical.
And then he told us we can heal our bodies by like thinking about it.
Yeah. So this guy was kind of weird. I guess he was just like, he's like, yeah, I had back pain and I had like knee pain and stuff, and I was just like, I'm gonna be better, and I was. And Evan and I looked at each other.
I read a book about it.
We were just like, okay.
Science be damned then.
Yeah, and he just kind of went on for a while. A bunch of people were into it. Namely this guy in blue who kept talking really loudly. Was quite into it. But yeah, that was something. We there were some interesting panels we went to. We'll talk about them in a bit. I think when we come back after our separation, I'll make sure Evan shares his picture of that he took of from the one music video one we went to. Alec is also walking around the house while we're doing this.
I'm right now checking to see if I have that.
Go ahead and keep looking for it. But the next thing we got is in the dealer's room. We were walking by just a bunch of the stalls. You know, of course they have art and all kinds of merchandise and stuff. We were looking at stuff. We didn't really find anything of specifically, but we were just kind of like looking around a bit. But we ended up just going around. We ran into this Megamind table. The Mind Shrine.
Table. The Mind Shrine. We love it.
Just people putting just random stuff, pictures of Megamind, the No Bitches picture, of course.
Literally anything else they had on them.
How do you turn your camera around?
I don't know. I don't actually know on the phone. Unless you have it on your computer or you're on their phone.
Computer.
Oh, unless you have a back camera on your computer, which you probably don't. You probably can't turn it around.
Most computers do not have a back camera.
I wanted to show the new Megamind decal I got from Redbubble. It was only $5.
Sponsor.
It's Megamind lying on her stomach, and she
Okay.
has her dressed up.
Could you model it for us? Like yeah.
No, I can't do it just.
Are you gonna show the thing?
No, it's on the back of his computer.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
how would you be able to show it on the back of your computer if you the camera on the back wouldn't let you see it either?
So now do a picture and you can.
Okay, well I think he was trying to show it in the mirror. Never mind. If you looked in the mirror, it would have been fine. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Mine Shrine, beautiful. People put change stickers, magic cards. It was weird. I just saw it, which we thought was pretty funny. Yeah. So, and then this was a picture Alec, of course, took 20 pictures while we were getting ready for some reason.
And I think I was reprimanding Max for taking so long.
Yeah, that was probably also too. But here's a good pose picture. So us with somebody who's dressed as, I can't remember the character's name, but it's from Soul Eater.
Yeah.
It was from something else. I don't remember.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, no, you thought the
other person was Kobeni, but I was wrong.
Yeah, it was Skull Kid from.
Because I know the difference, because I've seen, what is that?
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
They only had 3 waifu pillows. None of them were Megumin.
Oh yeah, they weren't selling too many waifus. No, weren't they selling like who did they have? Didn't they have Godzilla or something? I feel like there was something hot.
Godzilla?
Yeah. There's one that, like, do you guys know Critical? Like on
Moist Critical? Yeah.
Moist Critical. Somebody had a body pillow of Moist Critical at one of the conventions. I really wanted to get it, but I didn't end up doing it.
And the tits were colored and everything else was a letdown.
Big letdown. Big disappointment. We're gonna skip the next picture Alec took. I'm gonna ignore that one. Here's me having an existential crisis for some reason.
After he saw the photo that Alec took.
Yeah, I'm just here.
No, Max, this is gonna be online. That girl's gonna see the picture.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she never finds this.
You can just cut that split second out.
Yeah. So no one will see it.
Why do you still have that photo, huh?
Oh. And then as we were going around, we ran into just some other guys, both dressed as maids, because that's what the manly.
This is what real men do.
This is what real men do. They dress as maids.
I guess.
And yeah, we got to post a picture. This is kind of what the artist alley area looked like. So it was just kind of in a lower area, which was this big open room that had just.
I love how the guy in the pink is absolutely posted up.
Yeah.
Like, look.
just a pose. Just looking like he's posing at his like high school basketball game right after the game. We now cut to Alec's fridge for a second as Alec shows us his entire house. This is us with, again, we're talking about maids. This is us with Maidster Chief having a glorious battle. He had his own, what did you call him, Evan? Master
Maid.
Master Maid. It was his name tag was Maidster Chief. So we were wrong.
I was wrong.
But yeah, there's also a piano in the back there, as you can see some people sitting at it. People would just kind of come by and play different anime tunes and stuff. It's actually kind of cool because some people were really good at playing. And so you get some, but it's nice. You get some music in the environment, which is fun. And then, here's a picture of us with one of the few Star Wars cosplayers you ran into. Us with a Ahsoka, which is awesome. And you can see Evan's beautiful beard here and kind of my scar. It's hard to see it because of the distance from it. But it was a good pick. We wanted to make sure we only ran into one Ahsoka the entire time. We were very disappointed by the lack of Star Wars people, but we wanted to make sure we got a picture with the one we saw.
2 hours later.
I was running with Max, I think.
Nice.
We're at Freer Field.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Holocaust, very classic, cross country run topic.
Yeah.
I had to shit so bad, like I could feel it like just seeping out of me, and so I ran like.
I don't like that.
That was very too descriptive.
I ran deep into the woods and I shit my pants. Like honestly, I shit my pants, and I had to leave.
If you ran into the woods, why didn't you just poop?
Okay, so
ground?
Alec has already shit his pants. One of the 3 have already shit their pants.
And then,
For those that don't know, I was telling a story about how I was lifting today with a friend. And it was my birthday this past weekend, and I'm inching closer to 30. I'm now 24. And he told me on 4chan he saw a post, and it was talking about how, like, my advice to men who are like 30 or above. It was like, don't trust your farts. Your farts are going to let you down. Like, your bowels aren't as strong as they used to be. Farts are funny for the younger, and once you get older, you're going to shit yourself, and it's not going to be funny for you. So yeah, one of the 3 have already shit themselves before 30.
Yeah.
Well, Max, Evan, I'm glad you're at the gym. I'm glad you shared that with us firsthand.
You're welcome.
That was the first thing. I watched a movie. There's a Japanese movie called Good Morning, which is I watched it in a film class. It sucks, but what it is it's boring. But what it basically is, it just basically just shows like just rural life in Japan. But one thing that's funny is that they play this game, which is a thing in Japan, where it's like if you like bump someone on the nose, they have to fart on command. And there's one kid who was bad at it and kept pooping his pants. And then his parents are like, "Stop! Why do you keep shitting yourself? I don't understand." And he's like,
Sounds
"Oh,
like a dumbass movie."
It's like serious, and it's regarded as like an actual like cinematic like masterpiece. It's regarded as really good. It has an interesting message, but that part, I'm like,
what?
why
Not to shit yourself?
I don't know why that's a part of it, because it wasn't a part of the meeting.
Speaking about Japanese, my friend So is coming over on the 24th. He's gonna be hanging out with me. He's only drank once in his life. He doesn't smoke. He like leaves the room or leaves the area. People are smoking. And I made him some brownies. I made us brownies. Like I made a whole pan this morning at like 11 o'clock. And I put like chocolate. I got some candy from the store, from like the shop, the smoke shop. I'm gonna
Can you be more vague?
I got candy from a store.
I get what you're talking about, though. Yeah, you made them pop.
Yeah.
I melted them down and I put them on the brownies, and I had 2 today, like before this. What's up, Kiva? So I'm gonna give him one. I think it's gonna be sick.
You took 2 before this?
Yeah, I took them like 2 hours ago.
Gotcha. Can you like taste colors yet?
Can you see
No, but
sound?
Kiva's
If I
here.
scream loud enough, can you?
I can't wait till he holds it up. It's just a raccoon. It's a feral raccoon.
Look at my cute dog.
Oh, look at the dog.
Why were you just grabbing it by the collar?
That's a little aggressive. That's a little aggressive. Just It's not a fan. That was adorable. Alec, yeah, I think you. By the way, when it goes green around our borders, I think that's indicating who it's showing in the recording right now. So
Wait, does it go green whenever you're talking for yourself?
Like I can see it go green around mine when I talk, but then like when you talk, the green box goes to you.
Because I don't see the green box around me when I speak.
Kiva, get out.
I saw the green box around Alec, and I see it when it switches to you, but.
Kiva, go upstairs.
Oh, do you have the like you can see whatever. I think you have like the spotlight thing or whatever turned on for everybody. I have it so it doesn't display me.
I don't know. Anyway, back to our initial conversation that we're gonna cut to, and I'm gonna throw in some random cut to this. We were at a convention. So back to our discussion with Animazement. So I was going to show my screen again. We have a few pictures left from some stuff. So just a few others of pictures we got. So this is Evan and I posing with this awesome Mandalorian costume.
Mandalorian was so cool.
Yeah, this guy had like a laser, like this cool, like the shield was like a spinning thing. So it was like those displays of people that they sell sometimes where it's like basically you just have a spinning wheel. Or like a spinning bar that lights up to create an image that kind of simulates a video or something. So he had using as kind of a like an energy shield thing, as well as having like a kind of a radio transmitter thing in his helmet to kind of sound staticky in that.
It was so cool.
It was very cool. But one of the few Mandalorians, which is such a surprise because every time I go to, you see
any Mandalorian other than that one. That was the only one.
It's really surprising. You'd think you'd have more of those because every convention I go to, I see like 20 like different like unique Mandalorians. Like people have their own colors and stuff.
Not in the South, I guess.
Yeah. This picture, I was able to use somebody's red lightsaber, and I thought it was perfect for Anakin. This is a better one, so you can see my scar. But yeah, it looks good with the red glow. It was a nice one because like we just got some crappy ones from that are kids' toys. These are ones that are like the $200 nice LED. Look great, you know. So I made sure to borrow that because it looked great for the picture. Yeah, and then that is not that was a different thing for my internet. Yep. So there's that picture of Alec and Toga. Then of course Alec had to get a picture with Megumin.
Best girl, so bad. She was bad for sure.
For sure.
She is
for sure
14 in the anime, so
You want to keep
happened.
calling her bad on recording?
Yeah, she is bad though. The girl, she was.
I think he's talking about the person who's playing.
I think so.
Which she does look good. By the way, look at Alec's eye. Yeah, I forgot you added that scar there for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Also said 69 on the side of my face.
Oh yeah, you did. He was like, God, who's the Evan?
I need to look it up.
Wait, we're looking for it. Bleach guy with.
Nah, I'm looking at Bleach Lieutenants.
With 69.
Oh, literally. Hisagi.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
No, she literally said, she like got close to me. She's like looking at it. She's like, "What does that mean?" I like looked at her. I was like dumbfounded. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what anime it's from. I don't know who this is. I was like, I can tell you later. And then
I told you that I was gonna make you like Hisagi when I did that, and then you didn't remember that.
I didn't listen. And this isn't emo Ichigo.
This is not. Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Anyways. Alex,
it's cool to know every single anime character, isn't it?
Evan makes fun of me for that because I know like all the names.
Yeah, and I don't. I have to look them up and then I remember them. He's like, that's Nanami from like Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm like, who?
You don't know that?
I remembered it now because you told me like 8 times at this convention alone.
Yeah, well, because I kept explaining the picture and my costume and stuff, and you're just like, and I'm like, it's Nanami. He's like, I don't know. Or we would see Nanamis, and you're like, oh, here's a Nanami. If I remember, I'm like, shut up, Evan.
shut your mouth.
Stop talking.
I actually look at that picture a lot, and I think I spread my fingers out too far, since hers are like really close.
That's a very social anxiety thing to
it's
say.
A very like anxiety, like you're like, oh, I spread my fingers too far.
But no, I took a picture in front of the canes because it said Go Canes right outside. I like took a picture with this guy, and he had a Capitals jersey on too. It's on my phone somewhere, and I was like, "Fuck the Canes, bro! Like a bunch of trash." And then like he's like, "Fuck you, man." I said, "All right, why are you wearing a Capital jersey?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then I went to find you guys.
What a conversation.
Thank you, Alec.
And then, this was an awesome Is it T45D? That's the right number.
T45D. Come on, man.
T45D power armor from Halo. Halo. They just say Halo.
Halo. Dog.
Oh my
yeah, this
God.
is T45D from Halo. The Mr. Chef wears this.
I cannot believe I just said that. Take my Fallout license.
Take my dignity.
Just execute me, honestly, after I say that shit. But yeah, we just saw some pretty sweet costumes. I was telling Evan, I have a picture from another time when somebody did like the Coca-Cola T51 armor.
Nuka-Cola.
Why did I say Coca?
Well, Nuka-Cola Quantum or like the
Nuka-Cola, like the actual.
Okay, not the EXO one. T55.
I said 51. I said T51.
Okay, T51. Okay,
Yeah.
that would make more sense. They didn't have a 55.
Yeah.
Can I talk about Austin right quick?
Oh yeah.
We can talk about our mysterious fourth character.
So my friend Austin Owens, you don't have to say anything, you can just look at it. But he came from Rio Grande, Ohio. He's a guy I always go to see My Hero Academia anime films in Columbus. And Max is usually there, so we, usually just go and beat each other off. But so he came down from Ohio the night before, and he was like smoking his battery in the car. And he was really high when he got to my house. I said, like, that's fine, I don't care. And so we went to bed like that night, and we drove out to the Outlook, which is like 20 miles. Yeah, like 20 miles away from us. And we smoked there, and then we drove back. I was like, oh shit, it's like 1 o'clock. We're supposed to be back by like at least 12:30. And so we got back, And we went to bed, like we went straight to bed, and we got up the next day, and my mom's like, "Oh, you guys were out pretty long." I was like, "Yeah, we were out for a little bit." She's like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Oh, we just went to town because we had to get gas for Austin." And so we kind of just packed up. I was like, "All right, let's go to the convention." So we drove 5 hours away. He was smoking, I was not. But then we got there, we went to the Airbnb, and we were just chilling. And then we went to bed again.
Nice.
And then he got a call in the morning at like 9:30 from his dad, Nick. And his dad's like, "Where the hell are you?"
Thank you for saying his name.
Yeah. He's like, "Where the hell are you?" He's like really pissed on the phone. He's like, "Where the hell are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm in Raleigh. Like, how did you not know?" He's like, "You took my car, which I just bought, like the Lincoln." And he's like, "Yeah, that's my bad." And he's
That's
like,
when you can say that's my bad. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's my bad."
Might be.
He's like getting pretty upset. His dad's like, "Are you with Alec right now?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Send a picture." And I'm like, "Okay." So I sent a picture of him, like thumbs up. He's like, "I don't want you in Raleigh right now. Your grandma and grandpa are coming down to fix your old car, Brooke, before we sell her." He's like, "Really?" And he's like starting to like tear up. I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And I didn't really say to him while he was talking to his dad, but his dad was like, "Hey, if you don't bring the car back to my house like by 6 p.m., I'm gonna send the cops out on you." Nothing happened. Like, he didn't get the cops called on him or anything, but he had to drive back that day, and it took like 9 hours, and he got back at like 8 o'clock to his mom's house. He went there instead.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting thing to walk into, because Evan and I were arriving at the convention a little bit later. We got there on Friday afternoon and learning about this. Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good now. It happened. But
That's like when Evan and I both drank a handle and we played a fifth and a friend.
Yeah.
I was blackout drunk that day, but I also took a hit of this girl's cart like 20 times, and I was like, "I'm gonna go to sleep." I was like, we were chilling out by the mess hall. I'm like, "I think I'm gonna just sleep on the bench." And I got pizza, and I like put my face in it. And then Evan and I walked back. He's like, "Yeah, we gotta go." And his roommate, we got back to AU, and his roommate's like, "Oh, who's your friend? What's he doing on the couch?" And I was like, "In my underwear, I think." And then was like, "Oh, I have this like pants. I need to wash them." Which, bless up, you're a G for that, Evan. But yeah,
I washed his pants while I was also drunk.
Oh, I think you talked. I remember.
I like hand washed those things and then just threw them in a dryer.
That's impressive.
Then I woke up covered in sweat, and I was like, "Eh." And then I went to the gym at like 9 o'clock to get, huge.
Nothing like getting huge after blacking out the previous night.
You should have been there, Max. It's a great night. It's probably one of the closest I've ever felt with Evan.
It was something. Sounded like something, all right.
Never forget.
Would have been an interesting time. Well, after that story, I guess, we've shared the pictures we have of the convention. And so I just kind of wanted to take a bit. Evan, if you had any pictures you wanted to share, or if you did anything.
Do you have the photo of Guts?
Oh, maybe I do.
That then like that's basically it. Because what else was there?
You didn't want to talk about any of the panels we went to or anything?
I can share. Excuse me. I can share the photo that I have of Here we go. This one. This was a interesting panel. What was this called? Like,
it was weird Japanese music videos.
Yeah. So I think this one sums it up pretty well. They were the most weird videos, like music videos I've ever seen. There was one, my favorite one, that has my heart. It was of a soccer player.
Oh, the soccer player one.
And he was like kicking a ball into the goal, right? Like from, I don't know, from far away, right?
It was from the box, which is 25 yards away.
Okay. And he was bad at it because it was like a child's goal, like not like the big normal goals, like it was like a child-sized goal.
Wow.
And he kept missing. And the first time he missed, it like just cut to like his dad, who was just watching. His dad just gets shot in the side of the head. And then there's just this random guy, and every time he misses, it just kills someone who's important to him, like the father who I owe the most to, my mother whom I owe the most to, etc., etc. The bus driver from yesterday, the taxi driver from last Friday, the cashier from the grocery store down the corner, who I owe everything to.
The porn actress who I owe everything to.
Oh my gosh.
It was so funny. And yeah, there was that, and the one that the picture is from was just I don't even know how to describe it. It was just a bunch of naked dudes, but it was just mostly filming their butts and them just like stomping around the yard and laying on
like laughing.
Yeah, I'm laughing too.
It was like, it's like a fever dream. That's what this one felt like.
Yeah. My personal favorite was the baseball one. So that was insane. It was like a group of like 5 like, not what's the term for, but basically like the rebel, like, you know, you can imagine delinquent students. So they had like either they had like a pompadour, like the really slick back hair and everything, and they had like the tough outfits, and they were like playing a game of baseball against these like weird monster people. And then the game was like super like, also there's like a mob boss or something watching over him, and I guess the main character was in love with his wife, and so they played a game of baseball where it was just insane. Like people would hit a ball and explode each other. Some guy got hit by a ball and his arm came off, which he then used another dude's arm to attach to it. It was just insane. I had no idea what was going on. It was intense. There was like it was a whole like story, but it was so goofy and weird.
The best panel that I got to go to was Waifu Wars.
Oh yeah,
which actually Max and Evan didn't join me, but we
were at a different one.
It was pretty hot. Megami didn't even make the cut. She wasn't even like introduced. Aqua was in it, and so you voted on the best waifu. There's like 5 total waifus, and like there are girls that would cosplay as them. All of them had huge knockers.
Absolutely.
I mean,
large
Bonhangaros. Bondugadoos.
And the guys that were like grading them were like 50-year-old hairy like men.
Classic.
Which was weird.
I'm uncomfortable.
That's America.
All in all, Aqua won, even though she was not best girl, not even close. They had Ryuko from High School DxD.
Is her name Ryuko? Is that girl?
Yeah.
Is it
No.
It's like Rika? Yeah, you mean like the red hair girl with the big
Rias.
Rias. Okay, yeah, I got you. So you had big bahunkaros.
Yeah, she did not win. Aqua won. I'm like, this is a joke. Also, I'm gonna show you a picture that I got from my wallet. It's of Evan Tomei.
It's me. That's my
And then
senior
I have
photos.
other best girl. Not you. Oh, this is Max, though. Just kidding. It's not Max.
Before my surgery.
Got it. Before my transition.
I should get a picture of you, Max. The sticker in my wallet.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you don't have a picture of me. That's disappointing.
Right, but they did. The final contest was a wet T-shirt contest.
Wait, this was during the.
This was like there. Like
yeah.
This.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's like fuck yeah, like. And then one of the guy I asked the question. I was like, hey, why isn't Megami in the contest? Everyone looked at me like everyone's like, ah! I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. Like, she's cool. She's dope. He's like, the guy that was talking up front, he's like, I don't exactly know who Megumin is. I said, all right, that's fine. Like, I don't, whatever. And he's like, how old is she? And I like looked at the ground and I looked at the guy next to me. I'm like, I don't want to say it because she's not 18. And then everyone laughed. They're like, like, you know, you see like the black people.
Yeah, I'm really impressed you had the balls to embarrass yourself like that. I'm not really impressed you had that. Like,
Oh my
guts,
God, man.
you had some guts to embarrass yourself like that. I mean, I'm just saying, you knew what was going to happen. Like,
you kind of did. You kind
knew
of did
what was
walk
gonna
yourself
happen.
right down that alley.
Come on.
And then I left. I was like, all right, I'm done with this shit. And there was a girl sitting all the way in the back. And it was the girl that I got the picture with, Megumin. I leaned up to her. I was like, yo, Megumin's my bitch. And then I walked out.
Wow. You embarrassed yourself going in on the way out.
Yeah. And she's like looking at me. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Not the smoothest thing I've ever heard you do. Okay, wow. Well, you know, that's an interesting. You did a lot while we were gone. There's a lot that happened in that other room.
It was fun.
Was this during the like weird music video thing?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, was it going on during that?
Yep.
We were there for a while, Evan. Oh, by the way, there was another music video where there was a bear who just had his dick out all the time. That was like the thing.
It got bit by a crow.
And then it turned into a helicopter at some point. That was pretty cool. You know, the bear kind of looked like that bear from like Adventures of Gumball, like the Gumball, that bear, the paper bear in that. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. I don't know her name.
Yeah, well, it's a girl, but yeah. So, but it
I said I don't know her name.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
Goose.
What would
That's what I'm
you?
saying. I was like, it reminded me of it. I'm like, at the same time, I was like, this is not. At first, I was like,
We
is
did
it?
have a girl bear in there.
Yeah. Well, there was a girl bear, but I don't think that was her. Considering I think she had
No.
a vagina out.
No, actually, it was only the guy had his dick out. That was like it.
Okay, gotcha. It was a great
Guy
music.
bear, Mr. Bear.
It was. I don't know why it didn't win. You should have done what I should have done what Kanye did when Rihanna didn't win the best music video over Taylor Swift or something. I remember when he said that, and he said, "I'm gonna let you finish." That he did at the Grammys.
Max, what would you give this
Alec,
rating?
can you answer my question? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm kidding. What were you gonna say?
No, I said, oh, sorry. Evan's more important. Evan, what would you give this overall experience out of 10?
You guys didn't even talk about what were your favorite parts.
Wait,
Yeah,
me?
it was
Oh, just the
fun.
panel. I was gonna say, was there anything else you guys liked about it? Like this being your first convention, what were some other stuff that stood out to you guys besides just the panels?
All the girls were dressed like bimbos for no reason. Like, most of them had their tits out and like had their nipples were like pierced or whatever, I thought was sick. I thought it was super cool.
Yeah? Is that so? That's very creepy.
Is that what you got out of this? Is that what you got out of this?
Okay. Well, on the same note, I remember when Max and I first walked in, like the very first day that we were there, literally, what's her name? Marin from My Dress Up Darling?
Marin Kitagawa, I think.
The scene where like I guess she's getting like measurements or something and she's in a bikini, somebody dressed in like that bikini, and I literally looked at Max and I was like, what the hell did I just see?
No, you were just like,
boing.
Yeah, it was
Oh
something.
my
It's funny.
gosh.
It's funny because I went to, after we did this with them, I went to another convention that was in Colossal. It was Colossal, which is at a Kalahari Water Resort. It was so funny if you guys were at that, because then everybody, like a lot of girls had like basically, because they would do basically bikini outfits. For
Yeah, they do the like the beach episode.
Yeah, but for every character, every kind of character. So
Speaking of bikinis, there's a coffee shop in Colorado called Twin Peaks, and all the baristas were like really tight plaid like shirts,
yeah.
and they have their tits out, and they just wear underwear. It's pretty sick. I've never been, but
How'd you hear about it?
it was on TikTok. I assume it's like Hooters though. This Hooters slaps.
It sounds like Hooters. I've never been to Hooters.
I
There's
went to Hooters.
anime Hooters I saw. There's like girls who just dress as like anime characters. There's a
I
maid
went
cafe. There was a maid cafe that we didn't get to go to, sadly, but there was a maid cafe.
I went to Hooters in Ocean City, and everyone was wearing like really tight orange bikinis.
Yeah.
It was sick. And I went with my friend's mom when I was like 10.
Okay. We're gonna stop thirsting here, okay? My brothers, we must stay focused.
We must stay focused. We must stay focused. But yeah, so I guess Alec, did you have anything else you wanted to say about it, about the convention?
No. I guess there was a really good sense of community at it. It's like everyone was super cool, everyone was super chill. You can get a picture with literally anyone, even if they're dressed as a 14-year-old girl, or they're a guy dressed as Aqua. Everyone was super dope though. I was very happy we got to see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you guys got that, like the community thing, just being able to just hang out and talk to people. There's so many people we just randomly went up and talked to. Speaking of which, I will actually show one person that we went up and talked to. That was really cool. It was Jesus.
Jojo
from
Jesus.
Bizarre Adventure specifically.
Jojo Jesus.
Jojo Jesus, who we got to do the Dio pose, which was great.
I wasn't too fond of having Evan there, so it was mostly just you, Max. I enjoyed my time with you.
No, please, no. Evan, he took off his headphones. No, Evan, no. He's standing up.
I'll see myself out.
I think we should end the episode there. I think that's a good one. Oh, I also...
Glad you said that out loud. No, I'm kidding.
When they're at a different panel, I got a foot-long hot dog. Or not hot dog. No, it was a mozzarella stick with hot dogs in it and french fries.
Oh my gosh.
For $13, it was bussin'.
That sounds really good. Yeah, Raleigh was a cool little area. We didn't get to see too much of it. Man, that pizza place we went to was good. That pizza.
Oh my gosh, that freaking
was a penne
vodka sauce pizza was amazing.
It was so good. So good.
Y'all sleeping on the margarita pizza for some reason?
That margarita pizza was good, but I mean like vodka sauce as a base for a pizza, that's rare.
Yeah.
In my case, because I just have like Papa John's or like Domino's, which
I can cook up Papa John's pizza. I've got margarita pizza upstairs. I'll probably eat it after this.
Not a bad idea.
Pizza slapped. I went to a cafe when you guys weren't there, and I got a chicken biscuit with hot sauce and barbecue. Bussin'. That's so good.
They're good. Yeah, pretty good food. But yeah, I recommend if anyone's in the Raleigh area, North Carolina, it's a nice convention to go to. It's not super big. It's not super intense. It's good size though, so you can get a lot out of it. And yeah, we had a great time at it. And we're open to. I actually went to, like I said, I went to a convention afterwards, which we may do an episode talking about it, just because it was a big water park thing. But yeah, so we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, this I feel like we've gone for a pretty long time talking about this. So I think
It was
wrap up today. Does anyone have any closing remarks?
It was $78 total for the ticket.
Yeah,
I personally would give it a 8.3 out of 10.
that's
very
pretty
specific.
What about you, Evan?
2.
Right. Yeah, it sucked. I actually hate
no.
it too much. I literally walked in there. I'm like, everyone's a fucking loser here. Like, I don't want to be seen.
And then you walked back in and realized, wait a second, I fit right. We all
He's
fit
like,
right.
wait a minute, Megumin's here. Never mind.
Yeah, also that.
And then I looked in the mirror. I was like, oh fuck, I'm here
That's
with Max and Evan.
Okay, but on a real, yeah, I'd probably give it like I don't do decimal places here. I'd probably give it an 8.
Evan's not too good at math, so we won't hold it against him.
No, not at all.
No.
I don't do it on a daily basis or anything.
And then for me, for someone who's been to conventions more, I put it around the same. I put it maybe like a 7 because it has a lot. It definitely it has a lot of cool places, especially like what they were doing with the shop area and everything. But definitely some other ones can stand out a lot more. But, yeah, like I said, we'll talk about it a little bit later, and hopefully we're going to go to some more in the future.
Evan.
Yeah.
I was just did you ask, or did Max just say that?
This is the last time Alec is going to be on the podcast.
We are now going to just be the MAE Podcast.
Now, we're getting rid of Alec, and I'm going to his house, and I will take a wrench to his knees.
Okay.
Socket wrench.
Friend Sam Honchak is joining us. He's a naturalist. He went to Appalachian State University. He's super cool. He said he can chill. He can talk about whatever, but he'll be on next week, I think.
Yep,
that works with you guys.
Yep, that's the plan. So we're gonna have a cool interview with our first guest. So that should be pretty cool.
Please don't, discredit him, Max.
I would never. Nah, but yeah, I thank you for
State. I'm gonna discredit him.
Dumb
his camera's broken, so he's most likely gonna have it off for the whole time.
That's fine. We don't need that. We can just stick with like our camera.
We don't need that. We don't need to see him.
Yeah.
He's white though, so.
All right. Well, I think I'm glad everyone just gone pretty well talking about this and kind of talking about just kind of stories in general. This may be a bit more of what we end up doing is kind of just this stuff of story of our lives as well as mixed in with the actual topics. So feel free to give some feedback if you guys kind of like this more casual style. Now that we have all three of us, the dynamic is a lot different than when it was just Evan and I. So,
yeah.
Well, yeah. We hope you guys have a good one and hope to see you at for our next podcast.
Thanks for listening. See you again. This is Evan.
Alec, do you have any last words?
No, I'll see you later.